Howdy, folks. How are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and mere moments ago, I ended the last episode. Now we're going to continue this episode. I don't know if I need to continue this road. This feels like the sort of thing that if I just went to sleep after recording an episode, when I woke up, it would be done. So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to focus on this over here. We're going to get some razor wire. Razor, I should say. Razor Ahai, the god of light and fire, who of course wants to end the dark night that's full of terrors. Let's look at Engineer's Toolbox and see what else we've got. I feel like we've done this many times. These things are cool, these Deflector Generators, and I like the idea of them, but I'm pretty sure monsters can still walk through them. Yes, it will damage them, but I think if they're resilient enough, they can still pass through, whereas razor wire, you can't get through. It's going to damage you, and then you're going to die. We could use the Deflector Generator, though, as a doorway into the power facility. And that's what I want to do. That's what I want to use this for. Now, in order to do this, we're going to have to build some things we've never built before. We've never built an electronic circuit. We have never, ever built a machine chassis. Well, I don't know. We might have. I haven't checked. Machine... No, we haven't. Okay, good. In that case, let's grab all of the things that we're going to need. So, gold nuggets and redstone. Gold! Gold nugget! I misspelled it. I'm sorry. I like gold. A lot of these things from this mod have an EMC value, which is really convenient if you want to make this stuff in bulk, right? So these electronic circuits, I'm going to make 42 of them. We don't need that many. In fact, I think we just needed 2, so we can just toss the rest of them back in there. Nothing lost, right? Oh, redstone lamp. Didn't I say previously that we didn't, building one of those was a waste of time because when are we ever going to need that again? Well, turns out we did. I need more gold. And then I wasn't even paying attention to the type of material that was, but there was a bunch of different options. So we can probably just assume that iron is one of them, and I'm sure it'll be correct, yeah? Yeah, look at that. That's aluminum. Boom! See, I told you. A lot of you were nervous. You were like, Reese, what if you're wrong? You're going to have to go back in there. You're going to have to grab a different type of ore. Yeah, you were worrying for nothing. You were worrying for absolutely nothing. It's all going to work out. I did just get rid of the lamp by mistake. And that was a mistake. I didn't do that as... that wasn't supposed to be like a funny gag. I know sometimes I do things and you folks are like, oh, Reese, we know you're just joking with us. You didn't. You did that on purpose. I wish. I do wish that was the case a lot of the times. Fortunately, it's not always the case. Sometimes. I will say sometimes, and that sort of leaves it up to you to determine when. But I'm not going to tell you. Did we put a machine chassis in there? I think we did. All right, so we've got our Deflector Generators. If we put those here, let me show you what they look like, because they're pretty cool. Look at that. And then we can pass through them. We're fine. But if a monster tries to go through these bad boys... I think we're only fine because of our armor, though. Like, if I take that off, what happens? Oh, no. Yeah, it likes me. Okay, I guess because I'm human. Wonder what would happen if we put an NPC through here. At night, we'll see if we can fish some animals through that thing. In the meantime, I'm going to put up a wall. And are we going to do the same thing with the razor wire like we did at the mayor's house concerning the chain link fencing and the stone slabs? We're going to put stone slabs on top of the razor wire? We got to do something to keep spiders from getting in. And I don't know if that's going to do it. Let me try something here. Okay, you can't jump when you're up against the razor wire. I reckon it would be probably... Oh. Well, you can, but you hit the razor wire. Oh, right, that's right. You're supposed to be able to climb it. I think the same thing would happen to a spider. I don't think they'd be able to get over this. So I think that's probably a good call. We'll do that. Let's grab some more razor wire while we're thinking about it. And I guess that's probably why I had so many stone labs in my inventory. Lab? Slabs. Stone lab is a dog that has looked into the eyes of, what is it, Medusa? That's a tragic story, really. Poor dog. Wow, what a way to go. Roof indeed. Okay, so this is going to be a good way. If monsters make contact with this, they take damage. And if spiders try to climb it, they're going to take damage. First off, I didn't even think about that. And then they're going to hit the slabs at the top, and they're not going to be able to crawl over. And what might happen, if we're lucky, is they'll get stuck in place because they'll be unsure of how to progress, and then they'll just slowly be killed by contact with the razor wire. That would be pretty solid. Do we want to do stone slabs on top of here? Because this looks kind of silly without something on top of it. I think we do, but does that mean we're going to make the razor wire 3 high? Or are we going to go, like, down a level? That looks kind of bad. I don't like that. We might have to make the razor wire 3 high. Alright, well, let's just kind of... We'll feel it out. We'll do one wall with it being 3 high. And We'll see how we like that. And maybe the corners can be solid, right? So they'd go up like that. But then a spider could crawl over the corner. Huh. Do we take the risk? Because this makes more sense structurally. Like, razor wire shouldn't just be floating in the air. That doesn't make any sense. I guess we could use, like, the posts, but I don't like the look of that either. What do we do? Are we also out of stone? We're out of stone brick. This is complicated. I wish this was a live stream, because then I could just get your feedback in real time, as opposed to having to wait a couple of days for comments. But we're gonna do this. You folks can still give me feedback, later on. And I may take it... Oh, I just noticed that all of the stone slabs have a different texture on the bottom. And on the top, look at that. They kind of have cracks in them, and they continue over... sometimes they continue over from one block to the next. That's good. I like that. I appreciate that, Pure BD Craft. I still haven't gotten an answer as to what happened between Pure BD Craft, like the name. Because remember, it was called for a while Sphax Pure BD Craft, but then the Sphax part disappeared. Was the guy who made the textures originally called Sphax? Was it an organization called Sphax? Was there a falling out? Did someone die? And a lot of these instances, I just run my mouth off about these things, and then it turns out someone's dead, and it's actually quite tragic. And I don't want that to be the case here today. So if you could, I guess I could Google it, right? I could just Google it. And, oh yeah, I forgot all about Timmy. I just saw him in the chat there. Do you think he's gone home yet? No, he's still over there spying on the mayor. No good can come from that. No good can come from spying on government officials. I mean, it's important to have watchdogs in any society because you don't want your politicians doing illegal or questionable things, like, overtaxing citizens. We've talked about that plenty, though. We know old... well, in my mind, the mayor that we had sort of constructed for this place was the type of guy to take the money and use it to invest in foreign weapons research to rule the world. But I don't know if the actual mayor here would do that. Should we speak to him about that? How do you do that? Hey, Dave Davidson, can I talk to you for a second? Well, of course. Okay, I don't know if that's how he sounds. Be like, excuse me, are you overtaxing the citizens to pay for foreign weapon research to, take over the world? No, of course not. That's what he would say. How far does that conversation go? No one admits to that. Or if they do, then they're very confident about their play. Well, of course I am. Of course I am. I've got to rule the world somehow. I don't know what this accent is, but I guess that's what he sounds like now. I guess is that canon? That might be canon. We'll have to talk to the story team and make that determination. I'm kind of digging this. That's why we're going through with it. I kind of dig this. And I like the idea that power generation is just a bunch of solar panels on top of a giant battery. That is filling up. It is working. There's no electronics in this town. They don't need this. Unless I go through and I make them like a bunch of electric furnaces or something, but then we'll have to have energy converters, so we're not going to do that. And I don't think that Buildcraft has any sort of electronic furnace that we could hook this into. Energy converters are a hassle. And then where do we convert the energy? Do we do it in their houses? So every house has to have an energy converter? Seems a bit much to me. I mean, the alternative is that we, instead of putting it inside of every house, we convert it here, and then we run cables, like wires everywhere. And that's going to take a long time. It's going to take a lot of material resources. And then we have to determine how are we going to do it, above ground or under the ground? And there's obviously pros and cons to both. Above ground, easier to work on, more prone to damage during storms. Below ground, less damage to storm, or less prone to storm damage, more difficult to work on and potentially upgrade in the future. I know in a lot of cities in particular will have underground power, and they'll usually have, some cities will have like networks of tunnels to deal with that. Some just bury it in the ground. I know if you live in the country, though, more than likely your power is being delivered via pole above the ground because that's just more practical and sort of both economically and in terms of just the environment and everything. We've got wireless power, though. We've made Nikola Tesla's dream a reality. We can do that. We have made that happen. Here it is, wireless power. And I'm actually thinking of changing this a little bit because I don't like the contrast of the stone brick stairs. So what I'm thinking we might end up doing is Getting rid of all this dirt, too. Dirt's got to go. Nah, 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 goodbye, dirt. We're going to put this back down now, having done that. And I think we could probably use a saw on the blocks of concrete. And we can either make like slabs, which is what I'm going to do first. I'm going to make maybe 10 slabs. But then I could also create... No, hold on. How do you do this? Right there. Pillars. But we're not going to use them as pillars, my friends. No. That would be too easy. Instead, we're going to use them like this. So they sort of work as stairs. And I think that that'll work. I'm pretty sure it'll work. We're going to have to... Now that I've, gone through the effort of... Oh, that's okay. That'll work. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to have to replace all of the stone block... Oh, come here. What are you doing down there? Am I out of space? This keeps happening. My inventory keeps getting full of garbage. Brains. Why am I carrying these things around? Ender eye? Or spider eyes? Not useful. We're going to need more of these, and we're going to need to replace... Shrek me. This is the hassle with these, though. You got to be super precise about how you plant them. So it kind of makes doing it quickly a hassle. But it's going to be worth it in the end. It's going to be worth it in the end. So earlier when I placed these... I was wrong. I was in the wrong for doing that. I want to apologize. I want to do another YouTube apology for placing those down incorrectly. Are these the right pieces anyway? Yeah, so they work as steps, as you can tell. So we're going to want to go down another level. And so all of this down here needs to be replaced next. Got to be super delicate with this thing. There's no way to slow it down. You can speed it up if you're a mad lad, which we're not. I know you can delete also a certain amount of space with it at a time by right-clicking, which probably meant that we didn't need the destruction catalyst last episode, and I'm sure that I got comments, unless I didn't. I've said that a lot this series, and I didn't get comments from people, which I'm just sort of left to assume that people just don't care anymore, or they know that I'm not going to be reading them for a while, and they just sort of expect me to power through and do it my way anyway. I think that me singing I did it my way probably sent like the wrong message to people, that I don't care about their comments, and I'm going to defiantly do whatever I want to do while singing loudly about how it's the right choice. Let me assure you that's not the case. Okay, tap F7. Oh my gosh, monsters can spawn in here. We're going to fix that with the classic combination of carpenter's blocks and glowstone. Lovely. And this is going to fix all of our problems. We're going to strategically place these. So what do you think? We'll do maybe 2 down here. You might think that that's overkill, but that's only because I like symmetry. Symmetry means a lot to me. Not, to a point where I can't function without it. It's not that bad. But I do like it. So let's see. We'll do another one. Let's just do this. We'll break a block, light it up. And then we'll go ahead to the next spot where it turns yellow. Break a block, light it up. Light it up, up, it's on fire! Whoa! Whoa! Oh, well, we'll put one in the corner here, I guess. Doesn't hurt anything. And we could probably just put one right here in the corner. I think I've been putting them too close anyway. Probably get away with just putting one right here. Yeah, there we go. And then one kind of in this area. Maybe right here. Lovely. All right, so we've got this area now effectively completely lit. Monsters cannot spawn here. And it's all Invisilighting. We could have gone through and built some giant industrial lights in the sky, but I don't actually think that we can because I just made that up. It'd be cool, though. Like the big super stadium lights that they have to light up the games. That would have been kind of cool, but unnecessary. Do we need something around the battery itself? Because we can put razor wire on top of the battery. But is that unnecessary? Also, if there's some sort of a short, is it going to electrify the fence? Is that a bad thing? Do we want the fence to be electrified? Potentially. It would definitely keep the kids away from it. If they get shocked by small voltage on a fence instead of big voltage inside of a battery, wouldn't that be sort of the more ideal outcome? One would think. You sound off in the comments section how you feel about that. Let me know. I would love to find out. So let's get rid of everything that's got an EMC value because I think we're done doing construction for now. The next big project I want to tackle is going to be getting a wireless. It's not what's called kinesis pipe. What is it called? Power teleporting pipe. Get that wrong every time. Okay, and you are on send 1. This is it, folks. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. Whoa, whoa. No, we can't plug it in, can we? Don't we have to have an extraction pipe, or is that my imagination? I think we do need an extraction pipe, so we'll grab just grab a wooden one. That'll be plenty. You don't need this thing going super fast. Oh. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we can just plug it in. Okay. Receive frequency 1. And then we'll see if it starts pumping water. It's not. It's not pumping water at all. Okay, then. Do you have any power? You have no power. In that case, we probably have to get a gold pipe, don't we? I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Reese, you just did this a few episodes ago. It was a while ago that I did all that, okay? Time has passed. I don't have a perfect memory for these things. I think that I've sort of created this idea in a lot of people's heads that I have just a terrible memory and can't remember anything at all ever. And that's certainly not the case. It's just I don't have a memory for these things. I can remember abstract things that happened in my childhood. I can remember what my friend Kaylee was wearing the day that I met her 10 years ago or whatever it was. But it's been longer than that. Oh my gosh, it's so long ago now that I think about it. But how to get random pipes and things working in Minecraft is not sort of my expertise. So, why'd you stop sending power? Is it your fault? Did you stop? You are on, like, send all of the power. Okay, you're on frequency 1, send only. It's on private. Should we make it public? Should we make a public network? That makes more sense so that anyone in town can access it, but I'm technically the only player here, so I don't think that matters. Receive on frequency 1. It received a little bit of power and then stopped. Do you think the problem is that it's run into a... Let's replace it. Maybe that's what we need to do, because it looks like it's hit a solid block down there. Maybe our problem was placing this thing down and then sort of changing the way the water is down there. So here we go. It's red again. It's definitely red again. Like it's... Oh. Okay, no, something is happening. What if I take a look here? 1,000 out of 1,000 RF, so it's full of juice. So it's going to come down and it's going to touch the water. Just going to touch that water. Now this is an infinite pool right here. So it should infinitely extract from this pool based on everything that I know about Minecraft and the pump and previous experience. Go. And then it should start putting it up here. It's receiving power. Hello? It's continuing to receive little spurts of power. Well, actually, it just stopped. It's full of power. Nothing is happening. Okay, well, nobody panic yet. Let's see. What happens if I right-click? What happens if you right-click with this thing? How does that work? I forget. How do you clear out multiple blocks? Do you got to do a V? You right-click. Okay, so that clears out 3 blocks exactly. So if we go back over here and right-click in the middle of this thing, we're going to sync it by 1. Oh, right. There's an infinite pool down here I forgot about. Okay, well, what about now? Do you like that? I don't think it likes it. It doesn't seem to care. In fact, this isn't going any lower. It's just stopped. Do you think we have to have like a wooden extraction pipe on the top of this thing? I don't think you do. Maybe we should get some kind of pipe though. Let's get a pipe. So grab a pipe and we'll make it. Should it be? Have we made a fluid transport pipe? I don't think we have now that I think about it. Or a waterproof pipe, isn't it? Stone fluid pipe. Won't connect to cobblestone or quartz. Wooden fluid pipe. So we got to get some cactus green and turn it into pipe sealant. We have a problem. Wow. Is there a way to get cactus green? If we had hemp? Hemp? Is there another way to get cactus? Oh, gosh. Surely I should be able to transmute it, right? I don't think that I can. I think we're going to have to go find cactus. What do you mean we gotta go find cactus? Maybe. I don't know if this is the actual problem. Well, where are we going to find cactus? Is there a desert around here? Oh, let's take a nap first off. We don't want to leave the town at night because there's still horrible things that spawn. Like over there, you see those little baby zombies? We have horses now. We got a lot we're dealing with. Oh, I got to build a stable at some point unless the town does it itself, but Pretty sure those are my horses, so I don't think you can just go around putting other people's horses inside of stables. I don't know what the actual like definitive rules on those sorts of things are, but that seems like the sort of thing one does not simply get away with. Desert. I meant to put up a world download on episode 25, and I ended up not doing that because I kind of kept playing. I still have it. I might put it up. I'll put up a world 25 download, and then maybe a world 58 or 60, whatever. I'm just thinking now, though, that would have been useful if I had put that up there and people had downloaded it and started playing it. They could then give me feedback about the desert that is directly to the north, south, east, west. One of those options. Oh, good. We've got plains. That's fantastic. We're generating chunks, as you can see. This is a bit brain melty. I don't like... I like looking out there and seeing, you know, the world fade away into oblivion, not the world does not exist in this area yet. It sort of makes sense to me that if we keep going along in plains, eventually it would go into a desert. In my head, that makes sense, but that doesn't necessarily make that reality. And if we had gem armor, we could move really quick, because you can fly super fast in gem armor. It is crazy. I just want to find a desert, though, before the end of the episode. Should we change direction? What if it's like, you know, when you're looking for diamonds, and you kind of go dig in one direction for a long time, and then you find out that Harry Styles has left the group. No, I'm sorry. You dig in one direction for a really long time, and you're too like worried to change course, because what if the diamond is one block away? That's how I feel about this. Like, I should change course at some point. But what if I change course and there's a desert biome just right there in the next chunk? I don't know if that's how that works. Also, if I change directions now, we're going to be lost. Right now, we can very easily turn around and follow the loaded chunks back home, because we've been flying in one direction this whole time. What the oh, it's another village. Oh. I mean, I say it's another village. It's literally two places. Hello? It's an abandoned village. Huh? People? Oh, there they are. Huh. How? How did you... What's that? What? How did you get in this situation, fellas? You don't know? I hadn't seen any cactus around here, have you? Or some cactus green? Huh. Yeah. This is a weird little settlement. I don't like it. What about you? Have you seen the cactus green? Okay, onward we go then. Onward we go. That's a good point, though. Oh, by the way, we do have a map. I forgot about that, and I think we've got home base marked on that. Is it M for map? Yeah, it is. Okay, so we could go all the way back to here. Oh, this is sadly... Okay, well, that was a questionable-looking map just then. I regret opening that. Let's keep going. Let's just keep going. We're going to find a desert biome any second now. We're almost there. I don't know what to say. I have no idea what to say. I'm gonna keep going. How do you keep this entertaining? How do you keep this fresh? What do you do? Do you sing? I've got a lovely bunch of... There they are, standing in a... We have sugarcane, right? Back. We got reeds back at the base. I don't think we need those. Maybe I should just grab them, though, because I don't want to have to come all the way back here to get them. I'm pretty sure we've got them, though, right? We can just condense them real quick. We don't have cactus. Okay. Do we have hemp? No. All right. I thought it might be worth looking for. Well, I guess we can be on the lookout for hemp, too, but I don't know what it looks like. It's probably right beneath us. There's probably a load of hemp right beneath me, and I have no clue. We're in some sort of a flower biome at the moment. It's lovely. Don't mistake. It is lovely. But it's sort of the opposite of what we're looking for. We're looking for cacti. There's another village. This village has horses. I'm not even going to stop. I'm not even going to stop to interact with these people. Bad things happen when I talk to villagers. Bad things happen when I interact with local villagers. I'm just going to keep it going. We've got sheep. We got every time I see sand, just a hint of sand, I get very excited. I think we're close now. I think we're real close. Isn't it supposed to be that if you go in a particular direction, you're more likely to find a certain kind of biome? Is that a thing in Minecraft, or is that a mod that you can get that makes it to where the world works like that? You know what I'm thinking of? I think I'm thinking of SevTech Ages, where the situation was if you want to find a cold biome, go north. If you want to find a hot one, go south. But understand that once you go far enough south, it's going to reset. You're going to go past the equator and it's going to start getting cold again. But Minecraft's infinite, so if you're already in a cold place and you keep going, it's going to start getting, oh no, there goes the timer. That's a bad sign. That's a bad sound, because that means that we're done with the episode. I have to end it, and we've not yet found our quarry. For the last 5 minutes, I've been flying in this direction. That's a mountain with snow on it. That is the opposite of what we want to find, but maybe, I'll tell you what my hope is. Maybe this mountain range here is so lush and green because it prevents clouds from getting over to the desert on the other side. Because there's mountain ranges that do that, They're so big and so that it's so disruptive to rainstorms that they don't make it to the other side of the mountains properly, and they don't, rain in the deserts, and that's how you end up with some deserts. Not all deserts are formed like that, but some are. I don't think that's the case here. In fact, I think we are in a... Well, folks, I think this is as good a place as I need to call it. Thank you, folks, for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you later. Bye!